sé qué, averiguando qué hacer por la noche. Entonces entrarse en mi cuarto pa' ver. Dice, levántate mi amor, hoy vamos a beber. Chacho, no hay trabajo en la mañana. Ponte algo sexy, bebé. No hay trabajo en la mañana. Tírate un selfie, bebé. Yeah, hey. Ponte algo sexy, mi amor. Chacho, tírate un selfie, mi amor. Tírate un selfie que te ve bien cabrón. Brindamos todas las copas y ese trabajo. Tírate un selfie que te ve 1,000,000. No hay trabajo en la mañana, un bendición. Baby, put your favorite dress on. And maybe we can skip and go right to the sequel. Prende the Philly blunt, take a hit for the people. El Instagram que se algoritmo, machuca sin vergüenza y la tiro con ritmo. Agua. You know I like it like that. You know I like it like that. You know I like it like that. Yeah. Tírate un selfie que te ve bien cabrón. No hay trabajo en la mañana, llamo a mi cama when the night is done. Ponte algo sexy, mi amor. Mi amor, chacho, ponte algo sexy, mi amor. Tírate un selfie, mi amor. Tírate un selfie que te veo 1,000,000. No hay trabajo en la mañana, que se el trabajo. Huepa, mamacita, huepa. Huepa, mamacita, huepa. Huepa, mamacita, huepa. Huepa, mamacita, huepa.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about more streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone CoinEx, so I can't stop. I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said. I was watching turn around, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I had to say please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna need these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees, there's no way to dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. Sneaking up on you, there's nothing you can do. There's things about the boom. I lose control when you do it like that. Thank God you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time. I was watching it down. You know what you want to do, but I can never be.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dogg. My name is Lane and I am your tour guide this evening. So we take a look at the markets, trying to figure out what the freak is going on here. We tried to make this as binary as possible here, a plan A, a plan B, and what does the market makers do? They still want to just play with our freaking strategy. What's up with you? How dare you? The only thing I'm looking at right here is to see whether we can go up from here or whether this is a rejection, which is starting to look like it's a rejection. They are so clever though. They're so good at this game. They're so good at this game. Had me going back and looking at this trend line here. Did I do it right? Have I got it right? A pretty solid trend line right there. Pretty solid. Then we start getting into these wicks. Got all the candle bodies over here. I'm good, especially right there. Get into the wick, support, lost it, retested it. And then we bounced above it, closed some candles on here on the 4 hour. Oh my gosh. Which is normally what you need to have clearance. But yeah, we should be in good shape here. Lots of top wicks there. Measure move got hit and extended by just a little bit. But now the biggest, most concerning thing is that we are down inside this pattern one more time. And I'm not crazy about that. That's never a good sign. There are some good signs here. The question is, are they strong enough to hold? This is the scenario I'm looking at right here. We're still kind of in the same setup. It pretty much all depends right now on this 200 moving average, this yellow line right here. That's our line in the sand. I mean, just to put it clearly, on the 4 hour chart, that's the main one we're following for this. Now, the larger time frames, they're not too horrible, but they're not that great. We'll look at that in just a second because that's really going to give us a clue about what's going to happen. But for immediately, like what we can expect maybe later tonight or into tomorrow, it's going down right now. So this 9 moving average broke up above the 200. Our 5 moving strategy, that's good. That's the first step to recovery right there. Don't knock a man when he's down trying to come back up. Now, come on, have some sympathy. They don't care. They're ruthless. They're ruthless, I say. They want that Bitcoin. They want that Bitcoin bad. They want to pry it from your cold, dead fingers. But I'm not in Bitcoin. I'm in altcoin. But Bitcoin ain't happy. Ain't nobody happy. All right? Four-hour chart, man. Nice candle. I like what I'm seeing here. Now look, let's look at the big. You know what? You know what we haven't done? You know what we have not done? We've not pulled out our secret moving averages to get their input. Ooh, that's juicy now. Oh, it's a like that. You guys didn't see that, did you? Well, it's not a big deal. Shut up. You're so touchy about this stuff, bro. Huh? Shh. Right now, I'm just trying to find out the button that I pushed. Right here it is. What it is with this purple line. Now, that purple line gives us some information. Gives us information that we have been holding this for the last 366 candles. That's pretty strong, especially if the 200's above it. Now, we don't want to see that cross, and you're kind of getting close, you know, kind of curving over, but they're both kind of going together. There's still a Hail Mary to be played here, and I know a lot of people, this is the sign to go short. It really is. The confirmation to go short is when we drop below this 200 moving average. I mean, we're opening a candle below it. It's official then. If I say a little green or a little red candle start opening right here underneath this, boom. But look, the 21 is trying to cross this 300. Now that's going to be kind of bullish. Now we may come back down here and test that. That's true. 42, 685. Down the same areas we dropped down to earlier today. But she is looking kind of antsy here, like she's wanting to bounce, like maybe on the smaller time frames. What are you doing on the 1 hour here? So now we got our bigger time frames out here on the 1 hour as well. And what do we got going on here? We got the 666 crossing the 800. That's bearish. Lower number crossing the higher number. That's not good. But we had our smaller ones actually breach up above both of those. I'm getting so much sideways information. I'm getting more sideways information than I am down information, if that makes any sense. So I think they're playing with us. I really do. Now, we got kind of a funky possible inverted head and shoulders there. Still valid until we, start coming and make a lower low than what we did over here. That would definitely invalidate it, make this a failed pattern, and we're baby. That'll be a nice ride down. 800, I'm back on the 4 hour now. 800 moving average, 666 moving average, 366 moving average. All of those are up and to the right. That's the momentum. This is the power behind this time frame, saying, man, I got a lot of momentum coming, because when I crossed back here, I was for real, dude. I meant I'm ready to turn around. She's already curved up. I mean, she went sideways a little bit here, but flipped right back up. So all of our contention is coming up here right at this 366 moving average. That's the one we're kind of centering around. That and the 200. We're going to jump up to a bigger time frame, because that will help clear a lot of this out for us, I believe, especially if we get at these bigger moving averages and check them out. Nice, nice, nice. They're perfectly in line here on the weekly. I think I'm going to have to, the way I phrased that makes me feel that, oh, 43, it's time to jump in. I don't think I clearly explain what my logic there. I want to see a confirmation above that trend line, a confirmation that we're staying there. I mean, the stop losses need to be under that trend line, because if you break the trend line, we're in danger of coming down, and we broke it. Here on the weekly, we got the golden cross. Oh, what was that? About 3, almost 4 weeks ago. Right at the beginning of beginning of January, got a golden cross there, confirmed. That's the buy signal. It means buy the next pullback. We just had that pullback. Weekly is saying, this is time to buy Bitcoin. And when I look at the weekly, man, it gets me fired up, because it's strong. Ichimoku Cloud is freaking strong. I still maintain that we can have a pullback back to these areas around 38, 37. I mean, you want to get technical, I'm going wick to wick to this area right here. They're going to get scary. We're still looking about 37.5-ish. And if we start breaking that area, that means that my theory is going to be invalidated. But my setup and my theory is still valid at the moment until we break this trend line. I have to say that the signs that are making me, that I'm watching closely right now, 2 week chart, moving average, still looks good. Getting a little bit of a pullback here. Of course, we're experiencing that, right? But our lines are still up and to the right. Very good. Now we start coming down a little bit. We see where they were. It actually looks a little bit more bullish than it did last week, in my personal opinion. Even though the histogram's starting to come down, she can turn back up. She can do like one of these little numbers, or even one of these little numbers. But you see this? I call it a duck lip, because it looks like those little duck lip selfies they used to put on Instagram and Facebook. It's starting to make some lips here instead of actually doing a cross. The whole thing about moving averages, and the MACD is just a graph that kind of charts those moving averages to make it easier to see when they get further apart and squeezed together. When this crosses, this is not a good sign, especially on the bigger time frame. But something's making her not want to exactly cross. Something's making her kind of want to maybe just kind of level up a little bit. We've seen that before. We've seen minor crosses over here. I don't know if on this particular time frame we have one of those duck lippies. Duck lip right here. This is one that started to do the little duck lip. He started flipping around. Same thing we're looking at right now. This is what it can do. So this means that be cautious. We know there's big players out there that's buying Bitcoin. Whales are buying. Institutions are buying. Sure, Grayscale's selling out. Sure, FTX has been selling off because whatever they got going on over there, that's almost over, or is over, from most of people understand. But as Grayscale keeps selling off and doing their little things, and the other ETFs are filling up like crazy, man. They're all buying over the counter. Under the counter is how I would say it. Under the table. Why don't they call it under the table instead of over the counter? But they're buying right at these areas. Sure, they might get a little bit of a better price. But they're trying to buy without affecting the market too much. Because they don't want to buy it any more expensive. But hey, since we're here, why not make it cheaper? The things that I do want to point out here that are negative that we need to pay attention to is this big wick here. That's a big wick. It's a big swinging wick right there, man. When you see those on the chart, especially on the bigger time frames, let's look on the weekly. Those are usually indications that there's a trend reversal every time. Every time, look, big wicks. Didn't happen immediately here, but it did happen. Another big wick. And you see them on the red candle, that's the sign. The green ones aren't as bad. Not as, yes, like this one over here had a green wick, but yet it still went up. This one went down. But the red wicks, especially the little hammers, doji candles, that means those with those little real thin bodies there. You got to pay attention to those. Green wick still came down. Wicks are not the best friend. That's people selling off. That means we didn't have enough buy pressure to pull that up there to close that candle higher. There was more selling pressure there on those wicks. You see the same thing on the bottoms. That's what we like about these candles. It's what I like about Hakanashi because it kind of clears all that stuff up. But here we are with a big old wet red wick here. And unless we get a candle to fill a body to go right back up there and close, I mean, that's not a great, that would have to be undone. It's already kind of printed this in the sand saying it wants to go down. There is a lot of bearish sentiment out there going into the markets. And will it come back down? Will we get a steeper correction? I mean, we're setting up to do it. Yeah, we don't get back above this trend line. Yeah, it could be coming, but they could be. Maybe tomorrow and maybe tonight, trying to freak everybody out before they run it back over. That's what I'm looking for. Not saying it's going to happen. Technically, it shouldn't happen. Yet we're still maintaining our price above the 50 moving average on the daily. So I'm kind of like, By all accounts and purposes, we should, when we get rejected here, come down. What's making it so painful to watch is because the 9 is already broke above there. 9's going to have to cross it. If you see the 9 cross over that yellow one, you know, say your prayers, do whatever. It's going down for sure. That will be a confirmation if you see that happening. But what also could happen was that could be the momentum we need, and we get the crossover here, and we start going up just a little bit, and eventually this blue one crosses that, and we're slowly just kind of going sideways through here until we come up, or maybe we even pump up here and start doing better, man. I can't tell you. I can tell you that we got two trend line, or we got two moving averages here that we bounced off of. We got another strong one right above it that we're bouncing off of. So really, short term, she's looking kind of bullish to me, considering the facts and stochastics are resetting. Still, money flow is in the green. There's a chance. Am I saying it's going to happen? No, man, I'm not. I'm saying we got a good start for a dang good reversal. But it looks like we've also got another trend line that may be holding here. Right there. Pros, pull that out of your butt. I go to the last trend line that we have here from this move, where it starts deviating. Follow an order of operations, go to the next. I'm going to the wicks, and the matches up right there. And you see our little magic moving averages here. Now, this one, the red one crossing this orange one, that's not the greatest sign. I'm just saying. And we're heading into a green cloud. I'm looking for all the promising signs that I can get. But reality has to kick in and say, man, unless we see something bullish really quick happen, like tomorrow, before noon, or by 3 o'clock, probably looking at some lower numbers, possibly down as low as 37,005 in that area. And probably need to make some plans accordingly. But it's not officially written in the sand yet. There is still a little, there's, the game's not over yet. So if you act now, you may be acting too premature. That's what I'm trying to say. And it may bite you in the butt. If you wait too long, it may bite you in the butt. Welcome to the world of trading. But that's a big deal. So what about altcoins? Well, Bitcoin suffers, and you know the altcoins are going to suffer. Technically, altcoins should be retracing, right? But they're showing a sign of strength here, right? Finding support at these levels. And it may be flagging out. We've looked at this and the possibility. Listen, in the greater sense of things, we're in a pretty good spot with altcoins. Can there be a drop to the downside? Most certainly. I want to pull this up bigger time frames because they will clear all the noise out of the way. They will help us see what's going on. Okay, so what I've done is I threw up the Elliott wave indicator over here. Now we got the blue lines, which is the major trend. That's the big trend that we're on. That's the big boy. The Elliott side, he's going to start down here, count 1, 2, and then a big 3 that went up here. Okay. As long as your 4 does not touch this 1, it's valid. So that part I agree with. Now these orange lines that he got is more the smaller trend. He's counting weird too. But anyway, he's got this as a 5-wave, meaning we're going through an ABC correction right now. So what this means in layman's term, if I can turn off all the noise here, this is just a correction and part of a bigger move. This means that we should get one more nice big wave up. Now, Elliott wave theory says 1618. That means puts us up to about $631 market cap for altcoins. Even coming up just a smaller high, which it could do at the 50% Fibonacci area, which Elliott does not draw out for us here. That's coming up about $565 billion for market cap. That means our numbers are going up, okay? We should actually have one nice big run up before we get a deeper correction. But then again, by then, Elliott might find another wave for us to take. So we got the sand. So what he's saying is that we could be coming up here and then, you know, a little bit higher and then maybe double top and come down. Okay, that's cool. In the meantime, prices should be going up a little bit, and they're trying to. We lost this trend line, and that was the big thing for me, and that's what I like to look at. But again, we're flagging. We're getting a flag here. We didn't drop, and so we're likely to still see some good moves out of altcoins, especially with some of the moving averages that are crossing here. So that's my spiel on altcoins. It's tricky territory. This is probably a good time for any major projects that you're in to DCA, especially when you see them drop. I'm trying to see if we're getting trying to get a breakout here. We still got some work to do. We got a lot of work to do for altcoins. So I'm basically, what this all tells me, that I'm seeing a strong possibility for some sideways action to keep us confused and frustrated before we actually get our move, which for altcoins should be to the upside. Well, this is what's hot and this is what not on the daily for all the coins that have been up for the year. Let's check out it with the chat. Please tell me the microphone's on. Hey, we got Grizz in the house. Strega. Grizz. Oh God, now we got Grizz and Strega. It's a drinking bear. That. What's up, guys? Go Kalish. Hey, how's it going? They want you to short and steal that Bitcoin. Yeah. They got a good argument, though. They do. Dot, head and shoulders on daily. Nice to know what's going to happen. Where did I get my charts? My charts. I lost my charts. Oh, and this is not the one that kind of tells me, though, is it? But yeah, they do have a good argument, and it may play out like this. I mean, we normally, this is what we're looking for when we're trading on the altcoins and everything. 618, it's a good place to stay at profits because you can get a major correction in there. So, even if this puts a damper on our parabolic run, if we get a bounce here at 38, if we get a bounce above this trend line, I strongly feel that our parabolic run will continue. It'll get us closer up to our previous high. That does put a damper on it a little bit, though. But if we lose this trend line, we can come down low. Man, we can come down so low and still be in an upward trend, though. And that's where it could get kind of scary. But, you know, if 38 doesn't hold, 36 is the next target on the list that we can bounce from. And, you know, if it happens, it happens. Hopefully not. But, I mean, she's doing the price action. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to see how she can get rejected here and come down and hit that. So, it really does look like that's what it should do. But then again, you know, a couple $1 trillion can move that needle up quite a bit. So let's keep our eyes on it. Don't trust them. Let's check out Dot. How is Dot doing? Head and shoulders. Same situation here with that trend line, man. And retest the neckline there. That should mean down for Dot. It should. Down here more like to the $4.90 area. Oh my gosh. Measure move takes us about right to that area. About 517. Let's go with that. That was me using a Bukowski method. I mean, yeah, you can take the whole measure move, man, but they only hit a percentage of that move. Oh, just moved my whole thing there. But that measure move would take us down to the bottom to retest this trend line. Ooh, that gets into some scary numbers, man. That's an 886 retracement, $4.24. Let's hope that that does not play out that way. Let's hope that the 490 area holds a little bit more in there. But down it does look like it is going to come. What say you to the indicators? Let me get this fib off of here so we can see it better. Stochastics are, ooh, baby. Well, daily time frame says this is a good time to think about taking profits on Dot. Unless you want to write it down. Gosh darn it, mine are staked. That just makes me want to look at Total 3 again on the same time frame. So a possible bearish retest of a trend line here. But then again, that's only that part of it. It had to bounce off of this part, so interesting to see if that will hold. Moving averages look rough, man. They do. They look like they want to come down. Pre-Fed dump, post-Fed pump. That sounds about right, Celinda. They will be a-talking tomorrow, and when they talk, the market makers love to go crazy. So for Bitcoin tomorrow, I mean, what they always usually do. Hopefully they'll take it to the downside first. Hopefully they'll push it down, run price down, get a nice wick down, and then run it to the upside, and then come back and bounce. That would be perfect. Yes. Love to see that. But if they come out strong tomorrow and bounce it up, wick it up, then they'll fool everybody. The thumbnails will be regard the $42,000 and they wick it down. That would give us that would put us on the downward direction. So good thing to look for tomorrow. After the UK jump on board quite early, give us a little nudge for a hint for the direction. They'll kind of set it in motion. It'll be when the gringos, man, when the gringos wake up over there. Yeah, man. The gringos wake up there, man. They're going to start doing, they'll finish the job, man. You got to watch those gringos, man. I'm just saying. Especially those ones on Wall Street, man. Those Wall Street gringos, they are the worst. Wall Street, we don't need no stinking Wall Street. We don't need no stinking SEC. So that's one thing that I will want to watch. And getting a bounce off this 200 would give them a good reason to start out very strong. So if you do see a nice big wake up, just know on the days that they talk, they just like to wick up and wick down and clear by out and just kind of bring it back to, wipe everybody out. Longers and shorters, everybody thought trading crazy. So be aware of that. They love to keep us in these little areas where we're like, oh no, it's not confirmed either way. They get us just right on the razor's edge. Usually they do this on the weekends, right? Now they're doing it right up probably for the meetings. Interesting. But we all know overall, it's okay, baby. We know overall, when you zoom out to the monthly, we just getting started. We're just getting started. So that's your guide. Whenever you're confused, zoom out. Now, if you're trading short term, if you're day trading, you're probably confused as all get out. If you're playing the slow game, baby, you're letting it ride. You're taking advantage of anything that comes to your favor. So if we get a drop, no worries. We buy more. This is buy the dip time. We are in an upward trend overall. So any major drops that we get are good for buying, in my personal opinion. What do you think of Bozo Hybrid? Sol, are we talking about Solana? I think that it's had plans for it. I think there's a lot of Wall Street money or VC money, or let's just call it all Wall Street money. Group on all together. They had a plan for that. They're wanting to tokenize everything. That's been their game plan for a long time. They're talking about it at the WEF, World Economic Forum. Finally starting to come out about tokenizing assets and everything. They had a game plan. They had something put in place. I think Solana was part of that. I think FTX was a big part of that. I think that one just happened to get caught up in its own misdoings and got a little bit exposed, and they're trying to keep the true stories under wrap. There's no other reason why the SEC would be meeting with FTX so many times and not catch what the hell was going on. Senator says, if Dot dumps, KSM, Mover, Glimmer, going with it. Yeah, true. Let's take a look at, see what their charts look like. What's KSM look like? Good old Kusama. I'm hoping Dot does good this time. Fundamentally, I'm a little shaky on the type 2 return for one of these. Yeah, I stole this from Mitch Ray, by the way. So this is a reversal pattern here, which means that price will come back up to the C area, $523, and possibly, you know, it comes back to those highs. Overall, this one looks good. It looks good to me right now. I'm on the daily time frame here. It bounced off this trend line. It's above the 9. I mean, it's struggling here with the other moving averages. I'm not saying it's all sunshine and roses here. It may come back and test this trend line. It may not. It may just test this 618 area here. That would be awesome if it didn't go below $36, $37 in that area. That would be cool to see the bounce there. Big cloud coming here. I see some good things. I mean, it's going to. I'm on the daily. We're at resistance. Yeah, pull back, but higher highs and higher lows from here is what I'm seeing. So I like that. I like what I'm seeing here on their lagging indicator here that's on the daily. It's a shallow cross, but it's still there. So things should be turning around for KSM. But yeah, that should also be reflected in Dot, in my opinion. How are you looking? But you're in a different situation, Dot. You've lost that trend line. Where KSM was bouncing off a trend line, Dot has lost it. So I think it's very possible to see Dot at, well, I mean, since we came up here and got rejected, we got to come back down here and test this low. So we're either going to bounce off around that same low area, or we're going to make a lower low. Lower low sucks. A bounce around that area or a bounce just a little higher is a good sign. And that could invalidate this head and shoulders pattern. When you break a lot of them down and zoom out, see, you also got the megaphone pattern there. It's a pattern within a pattern. It's cool how all this stuff kind of works together and everything. These don't typically break down as much. It's about a 45% move. Same thing with head and shoulders. The breakdown is not always as big as the full measure move. Let's back that up with some facts. Where are you? Did I lose you? Alrighty. The place that I like to go for my facts, the pattern-site.com by the GOAT, Thomas Bukowski. You can learn all about busted patterns, candlesticks, chart patterns, Elliott wave, event patterns, fundamentals, market forecasts, psychology, your whole textbooks right here for free. And while other people are trying to make you feel like you're just gonna not get it, unless you spend years and years in their trading group paying them $100 a month, you can come here and learn all this stuff for free. Or you can contribute and, you know, get hooked on it, and then you want to buy his books, which are, you know, kind of hard to come by. Head and shoulders. Head and shoulders. Tops. Percentage meeting price targets 51%. That means that measured move that you take up there, this measured move Well, it's only likely to hit it halfway. So what we do is we take our fibs, or you can eyeball it, you know, it's up to you. Put it at the halfway. Put it there, and it says that this area right here, 550, should be our downward target. I will get some of this noise off my screen there. So I want to mark that with a blue line. Mark this with a blue so I know what it is. It's my little code for measure move. That should be where we're heading. Or DOT. Just heads up. No news for DOT and Aptos for a bit. Perhaps they will steal some glory from Sol, Say, and Sui. Maybe. Aptos. Yeah, I haven't heard much from Aptos lately. Sui has been getting a lot of the attention. So 618 rejection looks like. M top, maybe. Pro that. And touch. Wicks. Made it weak. Came back. Retest. I'm pretty solid on that trend line. That brings us right back down to this area. Oh, you at the 382? All right, yeah. Let's put this in perspective here. Well, we should be out of accumulation, so that's cool. We can hold that level. Which, I mean, the measure move says that it shouldn't, but if for some reason that this 100 moving average, that this doesn't break down anymore, if we can just stay above 837, man, we'll save ourselves the headache of having to go through some more accumulation. Will it? Man, that is... There's some hidden bullish divergence that says we can kind of... We got some hopium. We got some hopium to kind of keep these levels without just dropping crazy. But even being in the channel still worked. Oh, man. She could still drop down here and still be doing good. I just see a correction. I'm not seeing a reversal here. I'm just seeing a correction. An ABC correction is what I'm seeing. And then we can get a bigger move up. The market is not dead. It is not over by any means, but the corrections, you know, you just have to figure out, well, how deep of one are we looking at? And it basically all depends on Bitcoin. Grimmer says, ORAI, please. Hey, that's actually on my list. That and ORAIX, the DEX that's for that. It's been listed on MEXC. I think it got listed yesterday, so that should really help boost those numbers, and ORAI chain. That's a noisy chart. What's going on here? Okay, the dotted line is the extremes of the wicks there. And we've retested that and bounced off of it. That's a great sign. So that's a big deal for me. And then we got this trend line here. Straighten it up for the time frame we're on. I'm good. I like this one, actually. It's in the cloud, but the thick clouds would definitely try to suck you into them. The more bullish the market gets, the more times that you see them bounce out of it. And see how thin it's getting over here? That could happen. We got our wicks. Got a nice wick there, but we're getting across here on the daily. On the 9 over the 20. This one looks bullish to me, holding the 50. I like what I'm seeing here on the daily a lot. It looks like a bounce up. How are you counting? You starting there? I don't know that I agree with you, Elliot, on that one. Maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong, but I think you've already worked your 5. Hey, you know this? How do you know this is not your A, B, C, and then you're starting a 1? How do you know that? I think we're starting another one. From this bounce here, I think we're starting another move up. She's looking awful bullish. The line in the sand would be this trend line here. If it breaks that, then that's a different story, but she looks really good to me. And of course, I'm looking for about $11 to come in the picture over here. And also retested this area about 852. That's blue, so that should be a measured move, but I can't. I think I accidentally erased it. Right now, when we're starting to see these actual climbs like this, higher highs and higher lows, I mean, most people are going to be flagging them out and treating them like flags, and that'll work up to a point until you get your 5 move, and then it's kind of like, But there's a little bit of confluence that we might be able to make it up there. It's really cool to see it off this trend line, and this was the extreme of it, and it flagged out above it. That's usually a really good sign too. I like what I'm seeing for that. ORAIX is the DEX that's over there. It's on MEXC, so it's listed over there, and that little guy went from what? Bumped it up all the way to just a little under 3 cents, kicked off at 1 cent. Bouncing off the 786. Here we go. There we go. Swing high to swing low. That'll tell us. She's in accumulation right now. My personal opinion, I think these are some great take profit places. Let me give you the moments in your life to step to fly away together. Can't help it with your body. Just wanna make you happy. I just wanna call on you. I'm in this one because I've got it in DeFi over on the ORIDEX. I've got ORI staking over there, and I've got some in pools and things like that. So that's my exposure to it. So it was really cool for me to learn that MEXC started carrying this out. They're reaching out to other decentralized exchanges and everything. That's just going to help the price action. It's a good chain. I'm glad I got in on this one. I really am. ORI chain and the whole thing. Cosmos. I'm more into the Cosmos chain than any other chain. And a lot of that's by accident. A lot of that started with an instant airdrop that just keeps going and going and going. So I just keep getting more and more stuff over there. ICP. I see dead people. Well, the 1 hour is not going to tell me anything. I was watching someone today charting everything on the 1 minute. I dare say that this dump probably caught them by surprise since they were expecting 52,000 off of that 1 minute chart. ABC correction going on right here. Might we come back down? Might. 876 back down to 982. The layers are on the table. Two, three, four, five. A, B, C. Ooh, that's how I would do it. You go A, B, is it? So she got a chance to come back down here and either ride this trend line down or even bounce off of it. Just throwing that out there. FET's one that I've been eyeballing. I wouldn't mind getting some more of this. I'm kind of looking at 45 cents. Those are two ideas of what it could be doing. Looks like it's trying to do the other one. She's getting rejected off the 21. So for you guys out there that are more of the investors, the long-term holders and stuff, there'll be some nice little periods over, I would say, this next few weeks that give you some nice little DCA ideas. I'm really wanting to look toward the bigger time frames. Really do want to. What I really want to know is I'm going to pull up total market cap. This is everything. I'm really curious about what February is going to look like. Is it going to be a bearish month for us? Are we going to be getting a big pullback in February because we could? No, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I've seen some other people suggest that idea. I'm not seeing it though. The monthly looks freaking good. It's really, really strong. Maybe a little too strong. We're above our 9 moving average, which is right here above the accumulation spot on that. But the MACD is ready to rip. So, I mean, it's not saying it's going to be straight up or anything. Although the last time that the MACD did do that, it was right over here, and it didn't go. I'm on the monthly chart, so it looks like it went straight up. It's all the pullbacks and everything like we're experiencing now through there. Monthly looks really good to me. Monthly looks good for total. Monthly looks good for Bitcoin too. The monthly looks kind of rough for Tether. Why is that? It'll be a little sideways and down, slowly coming down, but she is coming down. People go lost. I'm not seeing a bearish February. Not yet. I'm not seeing any signs of that. Bitcoin dominance on the monthly. Double bottoms, chance to retest that. We broke a trend line and that's what we're hoping for, but she's getting tired. Signs here saying that, and that would help our altcoins, man. I think February, I don't think it's going to take off with a bang, but I think it's going to end up being a decent month for us, though. From what I can see, and I could be, I have to monitor it closely. Really flirting with rejection here on the monthly. It's not officially there yet, though, for Bitcoin dominance. But Bitcoin dominance can drop, man. Alts will go nice. Guys, you got any coins you want me to take a look at? Just throw them in the chart. Throw them in the chat. I'll throw them on the chart. Did we look at Jito? That was hot. What's up with it now? By the retest of the breakout area. It broke out, retested, went up, did not hit. Did I not measure you right? Did I get too bullish on you? If you're a channel. Oh, anyway. So I go back and... Well, I do. I like to figure out where I messed up so I won't mess up. I got that. Unless you... And even I put it down here too. We just didn't make it up there. Let it be known that they do not play out 100% of the time. That was a disappointment. So she went down and we retest these areas. Coming back up. Hopefully higher highs, higher lows. That's good. Oh, look! 4 hour. We're flirting with the idea of getting a bullish cross there. Might. I like that idea. Jito's actually looking good. I mean, yeah, we're going through a pullback and stuff, but man, I think it's going to be all right from this one. It should bounce off this trend line. DP says key. Well, that's cool. Above the 9, that's good. Big thick cloud coming up. She looks like she's doing one of those numbers. Or one of these numbers, should I say. Oh, it's a... Well, she's not a 618. I'm going to roll with this for right now. So she's at a good area to bounce. Looks like she has bounced. Found some support there. Not out of the woods yet, but it's got some good signs. So, you know, we'll kind of work through this area. Treat it as an accumulation zone, basically. So it's got to get above 20 cents before we can think about getting higher. She may spend some time down here a little bit. MACDs are starting to look a little bit more uppity here on the daily, but still lacking some strength there. So it appears that we might be doing some kind of accumulation here before coming up. So if you're in on this, a good chance to up your bags a little bit. This is reaccumulation area. We'll just mark it horizontally like that. How much of is it of a gain from level to level, from the 236 to the other 17%? Yeah, it's better to wait for a 43% at the 618 in my personal opinion. Fibonacci's are great. It's a great technique to take profit. I use it. I use them a lot. I'm using them over here right now. I got my limit order set according to Fibonacci's about where I've got a stop loss set out, so if she comes down, I'm stopped out, and then, you know, I'll nibble here a little bit at some of these lower areas and see what we got. If I can build a position. The style that works best for me and seems to be working out really well over on BitUnix when I watch it is just layering into bigger positions on, you know, reasonable margin that I can deal with. But Fibonacci's are very important, and I use those, and I think I've got about all my trade setups that I've got over there. So key, the little accumulation going on, and might see these lower prices, 1.4 cents. We're all under just 2 cents right now. But 2.8 cents looks good to me. 3.4. And then this ballsy move up here to about 4.3 cents. That would be cool. What would we be looking for? If we came back down here in these areas and went up there. Oh, that's nice. That would be a 2x. Up here would be a 3x. She just takes time. We're on the daily, and she's been going for how long? A while. About 51 days since she popped off and hit that top. Oh, not that. It's always, I can't get 1 inch on here. If you type at 1, it thinks you're doing something else. Oh, now I did it. Okay. 1 inch. She was kind of looking a little bit bullish to me earlier. Yeah. She crossed over. We flipped our moving averages here, and she got a pullback. 1 inch, I think, is in a good place. Oh, nice. So we're trying to get out of this area here, finding support there. That's a good sign. If we can hold that area, we won't go back into that lower accumulation there. Start working our way up. Cool. I think I've got a position of this over on BitUnix I'm playing. And then that's our second zone. So that's a good take profit target. But I'm looking at this as accumulation for like a much bigger play. What kind of gains are we looking at? Oh, well, okay. Yeah, that's worth mentioning then. Shoot, we're sitting at 40 cents and testing this other accumulation area that we got to get it past. That's a good target, 65 cents. Where we are now, that's what, a 65% return just to get there? Hell yeah, I like that. Gotta be patient though. I'm on the weekly time frame there on this one. Daily is looking good. She's got some stuff to work through. She's got to retest a trend line though, because she broke it. So it either goes bullish and gets back in, or just kind of goes sideways and lags a little bit. Let's see what we got over here. Is it you? No, it's not you. So I've got a $100 to $10,000 challenge that I'm starting to do all over from $100. I'm doing 2 of these. I did 100 to 1,000. I split it and put 500 into futures and 500 into spot. That was the count that I was just on. Spot is still doing fine. It's still there. Futures, I got blasted, which is just proves, say, if you're trying to hang on to your wealth, where should you be, spot or futures? Well, you're most likely to hang on to your wealth if you stay in spot. I'll show you the proof. Futures are designed to take your money, and they do a good job of it too. So I was looking over here on hide my zero balance is there. Oh yeah, so I got 1 inch right here. I'm also in some crappy coins, but I've already got my thought I already had my trade set up on this one, right? If not, let's do it here. I'm on spot, right? Oh yeah, I already got mine. Right? Yeah, my 1 inch. So I've got it selling at what? Oh wait, I'll have to look at this. Oh, there we are. Selling at 58. Okay, cool. That's my target to get out of this trade. I'm just trading over here on this one, so I'm just trying to take my profits and see what else I can move into mostly. So futures, I'm down a little bit trying to get that back. So for the $100 to 1,000 or 10,000 challenge, getting off a little bumpy stock with the way the market has been, so I'm down $79 overall. Most of that's come from futures. Let's see how's this other account doing that we got. This is the one that did really, really good until I started talking about it, and then lost their sign to sale road. Those are words wisdom. So from 1,000 to 527, it's been a little bit of a loss, a little bit of pullback on spot. That's not a biggie at all. The futures got almost completely zapped. It went down to like $25, so I brought it back up to 70 now because I got rest. I got stupid. That's what futures do. They make you stupid. I'm no exception. I got all kinds of stupid when it comes to futures trading. Because you got to stick right with this baby or something a lot of times. It just depends on how you do it. So this time I'm just kind of, taking a more of a lazy fire approach, doing the same things, just trying to catch. And I'm pretty much only going to play Bitcoin over here. And that's mostly what I did to turn 100 into 1,000 on futures. I did on futures, was just playing Bitcoin. And honestly, I would just do these trades and I wouldn't check them for a while. So it was me backing off that actually helped it go. Whereas the little exchange I trade on my phone on MEXC, Jesus, tells me I got a little over trading problem when it comes to professional futures. I don't have that with Spot though. Spot back's doing okay. Spot, I just set them and forget them. No problem, Dave. I was in this guy, but I think I consolidated on him. I thought I saw him going down, so I thought I would take some profit and get out. Maybe look at getting in. I'm trying to consolidate my bags here. It was a small position on my MEXC account. She had a nice little run up. Coin went up to what? Lord, I don't know. Where are we at? Oh, let's get to a bigger time frame for one thing. Coin! Woo! Got a nice triangle there. Got a hellacious bump up to 233. Pulled back down to 78 cents. We're hanging at $1.03 now. I think anywhere around $1 is a good place to accumulate this. I'm gonna play around with some trend lines right here. See what I come up with. I'm not sold on that. I like that. Just an accumulation channel breaking out, bouncing off the top of it twice, making a possible double bottom for this area. Let's do that, baby. So you trying to go up on me now? Ooh, so we got a little accumulation zone under 114, which, we're trying to get out of that. Things are looking good, actually. Moving average wise, I like that. Getting a nice little turnaround there. Yeah, I like you. Gosh darn it. Did I get out? See if I'm in this one or not. This is for the diamond handlers that want to hold that big swing trade for the maximum. Possibility 270. Anybody looking for an in and out? 137 is good. I personally like 171, 197. And we got some confluence right there, so I'm definitely liking 270. Go for it, baby. Do you? I like that one. Coin. Fit tomorrow and a monthly. Yeah. They're going to try to play us like a fiddle tomorrow. So I'm not opening up any major trades or anything, just playing the ones I've got. Trying to capitalize on anything that we got. Make up for some losses on perpetual futures. Other than that, I'm not worried about my spot positions. I'm not worried about my hodl bags. I'm set on those. I mean, where I am on spot because of my own dumbness of getting into so many things. Let my little Degen. If you don't know, I mean, I embrace my Degen side. I know he's there. I know he's hard to tame, man. I know he is. He likes to come out. He's just a little furry monster. Just wants to buy up everything. Just chew it all up. He loves it. Doesn't matter, man. It's like, I want it now. I give him a little spot to play with, and then I'm really strict on everything else that I've got, like my big bags that I've been working on for the whole bull run and things like that. But so my spot Degen account, yeah, I mean, she suffered a little. She's doing okay. I've got some losers in there. One of them that, gosh, it's really, that's a VM. It looked very it may still be very promising. There's a lot of fun on it right now. And she just keeps going lower and lower. She did really good. And then we find out, I don't know, found out a little bit more about what was going on today with her. Oh, man. She is looking rough. Very, 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 very rough. You got to be bottoming out soon. Come on. They've got a test net. I've been over there playing with it. I got into this just for the test net to get it qualified for airdrops. But while I was there thinking, oh, they've already launched some? They got some trading? Well, I should probably DCA into it. So I started building a little bag, just nibbling and nibbling. And yeah, she got down here and I was like, oh, that sucks. But now what she's done, I'm like, what the hell? I think everybody's scared of this and dumping. So is this going to be a worthwhile project to have or not? I can't tell you. I would have to do a deeper dive into some of the fundamentals, but I've been over there working it with their test net. Y'all need to do an airdrop. Like, I don't know. But man, this, ooh, looking nasty, y'all. Looking nasty. But there's a lesson to be learned from it, from what I'm hearing. So from what I hear, it's not so much the project, it's the ape, whatever the launch pad that it was on, and kind of how they do things, or how they launched it, I think, want to understand. So hopefully it's a project that maybe getting beat down and still has some promise, because an EVM chain layer 2 for Bitcoin. So it makes me want I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive into the team and things like that, but I don't feel comfortable talking too much about it until we kind of figure out what's going on. But it sounds like a lot of influencers got access to this early, and then, you know, I believe that was more from the launch pad than from the actual team. And yeah, that just sucks, but that's how they play the game, though. Another one that I got burned on was not A-Star, it was Astara. It was about the same time I got into A-Star, which A-Star has done phenomenal. But this A-Star is still doing good. But this Astara, which is some kind of digital ID play. It looked like it was doing, it looked promising, and then I don't know, man, the bottom fell out on this one too. Yeah, I think I am not break even at all. Oh well, this was not been a fun ride for me either. My future rewards expired. What? I'm not worried about it. Tia seems to be holding up pretty well, I should say. She's still in that megaphone pattern, just, you know, you bounce off the bottom, she normally goes toward the top, so she's having a little bit of a struggle here on the daily, but still looks promising to me. She's bouncing off the 50, retesting that. And she can range through here, just slowly make her way up. Would hate to see her get below this area right here where we, you know, we did W and confirm that. So would hate to see her get below too far below $17. But she looks good. Check out XAI. Oh, that was cool. That did not hold. Broke back into the pattern. So here's an example. When we're looking at these breakouts for these things, right? That looked great. Came back for a retest. The conservative trade for this, buying the breakout, would be to buy that, and it would go up. You would naturally be expecting at least a 1-to-1 from the breakout, which, you know, it got. And even the second time, it got that distance. So that's a measure of move to take profit from. Was that where that was? I don't know. But then she broke back into the pattern. Right now, this is what happens when you break back into a pattern. This is why I do not want to see it go back on that. I don't want to see Bitcoin go back into the pattern, because once you do that, bear trap slams price down to the bottom of the pattern, and gosh darn it, when you got a trap, it usually goes out the other side. It just shoots a bullet all the way through that whole pattern, and that's what we got here. And then we found support. Previous support too. That's cool. That's a good sign. Strong level right there. Bounced off the top of it. And now we got to work our new trajectory, higher highs and higher lows, which it's doing. So that's cool for this project. It's just that this trend line is always going to be, you know, an annoyance. Take a look at SEI again. She's holding up nicely for this. Let's make sure I've got this drawn out right. That trend line there. Nice. What am I on, the 4 hour? So I don't think we need those. Let's jump out to the daily here for say. So this was the original channel. It broke out to the upside, came back into the pattern. Now this one didn't slam. Well, eventually it did. It came back up, got retested, and then slammed to the bottom. For us to fall out, it doesn't look like she's going to. It looks like she wants to try to go back up to the top of the pattern there, about 94 cents. Retest these higher areas. Should be coming back up here. What was that? 80, 89. But it looks like she's got a chance to go higher in there. Nice. So that's good. A nice little bounce off of there. 1, 2, should get another bounce up. I'm looking for a possibility of 127, 143. See how that plays out. Say still looking strong to me so far. SWE, I still have no SWE. And yeah, I know it sounds crazy that they would reach the top of those patterns until that one day they do. They're like, oh wow, this is parabolic motion in action right here. This one, I'm really surprised. I didn't expect this coin to be so strong so soon into the market. So cool. She's at an area where she can get rejected. Got some bearish divergence here on the daily. I would expect a pullback from this point here. And we should have hit our fib levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think. And a good chance. A good place to look is at the bottom of this trend line. So maybe if you come down there, I'll be looking for you there at 88 cents. If you get there. She's still looking really bullish. I'm just saying, she's not broken below this non-moving average on the daily. So until that happens, when you're above the 9, everything's fine on any time frame. Striga says I was waiting on some sub 50 cent XRP. Man, XRP has just been opportunity cost. I've got my eye out for about the 48 cent area, yeah. But if it hits though, I mean, if my target 48 cents hits, how do I know we're not coming back down to 30 something? my hopeful buy price is below our trend line, which we're starting to go to. And well, that would suck for this nice. Oh, it's still got a chance to hold this parabola though. So can we move it down a little bit? Touchy touch. This is 46 falls within it. That just gets scary when you break the trend line. I mean, she could come all the way back down to 20 cents breaking that thing. I'm just saying. I'll be conservative. 21.90. I'll scare the bejesus out of you. Negative 3 cents. There go the subscribers. No, I don't see that happening. But you lost that 618. She can wick down there to 43. XRP, when are you going to get back to $3? Come on. You could. Let's see how it can happen in the charts. Definitely a possibility if you just complete your double bottom there. You'll confirm. Or a lot of work for you to do, Bo. Striga says I like the wick down, but close above. Yeah. So Uma did a nice run. I missed Uma. There's an Uma and an Umi, and I think I got them confused. I think Umi is over on Cosmos. Uma, I can't remember. But she, yeah, charted it, and I've charted it and knew, and I just never got in on it. That was a great pump. And she's just flagging out on up there. Probably coming back to about 394 in that area, looks like. Possibly. Yeah, I think about 395. May get hit here. That's a nice run up to 7. Ooh, that's a good place to get back in. I mean, we're flagging after breaking down to this, and that's a retest of the accumulation zone, right? Yeah. And she's got rejected at the other bigger accumulation zone. Anything below these red lines is technically accumulation. Anything below $11 is technically accumulation for this. I mean, we just kind of broke it down in the little sections here. Well, maybe I'll look at getting into you if I can remember it. I'm in way too many, to be honest with you. This little guy had a lot of hype. Another virtual machine, Neon, over on Solana, right? Trying to figure out where let's go with yeah, right here. So it's like she gave back everything that she had. Went all the way up to $2 and dropping back to $1.33, $1.38 right now. Nice. Little sock. I'm going to be looking for some discounted deals around 102. Hopefully that will not get hit. If it would take to hit these levels would probably mean that the rest of the market's doing pretty bad. But a 124 accumulation, really, I think that's what we're looking at. It's just your typical white coffee on accumulation in a sideways channel here. She could spring down there, though. Ethereal, hey, thank you for the 2 pounds. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Striga says rinse and repeat. Amen. All right, guys, the time is now 12:26. Well, we started at 11, right? I'm never going to get a 1 hour stream. I just can't do it. It's not in me. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. I'll be back again tomorrow night. And just be cautious of the markets. Especially tomorrow. It's going to be a whipsaw action day. I'm pretty sure it usually always is whenever they start going over the Fed numbers and all that good stuff. So what is it? Today's the 30. Okay, so depending on what time zone you're in, for us tomorrow will be the monthly candle close. We'll take a bigger look at that on the monthly tomorrow and try to track this market. I'm not putting out many trade setups or anything because, well, our market's kind of in a weird area right now. But what I do try to target on is some good areas that we can look at to get in, or maybe try to dollar cost average if that's your strategy. But don't be dismayed. Pullbacks like this, part of it, you got to get used to it. It's nowhere near as bad as it was in the bear market. If you lived through the bear market, your nerves should be fine right now. You're like, oh, well, this is nothing. This is more promising. But we are flirting with this idea of getting rejected. It looked like she was going to make it today. It really did look like she was going to confirm, but she lost it. And that puts us back to where we were. Same place last night. What's happening? Same thing applies. We're looking for confirmation. This time it is the 200 moving average on Bitcoin on the 4 hour. That is my line in the sand. We lose that, then, well, I'm looking for 37,000-ish. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. God bless you all. Keep God in your life. God will guide you. There wants to be your buddy.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care. You're so graceful at exiting this, Road Dog. I mean, really, that was so smooth. The way that you just like went right to the end screen without any. Shut up.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on.
Why, you can't take some criticism?
I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make you look so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Nope. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova.
If you like what you see, then please subscribe, eh? And if you like what I do, then smash that like button too. And if you like to drag your tail, leave a comment down below.